What's going on, Tube View? Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gents. Just another short little video, man. A little garage talk we're going to be doing today is a couple of things that I want to see for the next Charger Challenger platform. Specifically, we're going to be talking about the Charger mostly, but a couple of these things do apply to the Challenger. Some of them don't. And jumping right into it, thing number one is going to be all-wheel drive for 6.4 and 6.2 models. Yes, I know a lot of you guys, or some of you guys, may not agree with me there because, you know, that's what makes the Charger Challenger what they are. It's just that rear-wheel drive. They're one of the last few wheel-wheel drive big V8 options in the market, especially for sedans. But I don't see what the problem would be with, you know, a M5/E63 style system where you could just flick of the switch, you can go rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. I don't see, you know, what the problem would be there, because if you don't want and then another thing, you don't have to make it I guess you don't have to make it so that all the models are all-wheel drive. You can make it so that some of them are, you can just make it an option. There you go. Just make it an option. You kind of like the V6s. You still have the SXT, which is a regular old, you know, rear-wheel drive V6, or you can have the GT, which is all-wheel drive. So something like that, you know, just Hellcat GT. I don't know, I'm pretty sure you guys have figured out you're good with coming up with names. Red Eye, Demon GT. I don't know, just come up with something. Just it'd just be nice to have that option, you know, to flick between, you know, all the traction or very little traction. That's all I'm saying. The E63 and M5, they do it very well, and it would, I think it would benefit this platform a lot, especially since we've seen how well it does in the Trackhawk. The Trackhawk proves to us that it's capable of handling this type of power, so why not, you know, make it so that it can go into the Charger and Challenger platforms, or at least the Charger, because, you know, I don't know too many all-wheel drive coupes. I think the Jaguars are all-wheel drive. I'm not sure. Don't. That's another story. But it'd just be nice to have the all-wheel drive option as a box you can tick when you go into the dealership to be like, hey, that'd be pretty cool. I want to get mad. I want to actually be able to put the power down to the ground. And we've seen plenty of races where the Trackhawk runs, you know, a regular Charger Challenger, and the Trackhawk just busts out ahead. Now, obviously, it gets overtaken because, you know, aerodynamics and stuff like that. I mean, things shaped like a brick, and eventually these guys come past it. But what if we just throw the all-wheel drive system up there so that way it can't get out on us, you know? I don't know. Or maybe that's part of Dodge's plan, or FCA's plan. Maybe they want to keep the all-wheel drive system just for the Trackhawk, so for people who want the all-wheel drive, they have to get a Trackhawk. I don't know, maybe that's how they sell cars. Maybe that's how they, you know, a lot of people have a Trackhawk and a Charger/Challenger. That I've seen a couple of people like that. They use their Trackhawk to tow their Hellcats around. Hey man, that's rich people shit. That's beyond me. But for the broke folks, it'd just be nice to have all-wheel drive. You know what I'm saying? So thing number two to go along with that all-wheel drive system is going to be a better handling car. That's all I want to see for next. That's like thing number one that I really want to see is just better handling. Like, even if you don't give us the all-wheel drive, we've seen that with the ZL11LE and the ZR1 that you don't need all-wheel drive to, you know, handle corners very, very, very efficiently. So if you don't give us all-wheel drive, at least make a better handling, you know? It'd be nice to be able to hit, you know, Willow Springs up and whatnot and not just get left at every corner. Obviously, the straightaways, she's going to shine, but it'd be nice to, you know, be right there in the rear view of the Porsche GT3s or whatever else is running around the corners in front of you. And I don't think it'd be too hard of a thing to do. We've already seen, you've already gave us the wide body, and it's got wider stance all around. So that's like thing number one. That's thing number one out the way. Wider tires and wheels. That helps with grip so much, especially around turns. So now just go in there, tune some suspension bits, and throw in some better handling stuff, and, you know, make it handle like a pro. I don't think that would be too hard. You don't even have to do it to all of them. Just do it to, you can do like Chevy does with the 1LE. You know, make it a separate, you know, I guess package or model or whatever, or like the Viper. You know, regular Viper GTS or the Viper ACR. You could do something like that. I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure you guys have figured out it'd be nice to see a Hellcat ACR. That would be pretty freaking dope. So that's thing number two. Thing number three is going to be more tech. Now, I already talked about better handling and all that jazz, but it'd be nice to see more tech as well. You know, all the European guys can handle corners, and they have a crap ton of technology behind them. And if you're splitting models anyway, then I don't see why the base model, the regular model, I wouldn't say base model, the regular model can be like your luxury model that has all the options and stuff, along with the power platform or the power plant still under the hood. Adaptive cruise control, or not even, because the Challenger already comes with adaptive cruise. Something like Chevy's, what do they call it? Super Cruise. That's what they call it. You can add something in there like that. You know, some type of performance data recorder like the GMs have. That'd be pretty freaking dope. And like I said, when you go to the track, you're gonna want something you see. You go back and watch your lap times on. And if you're not hitting the track, that still would be a nice option to have, like, as, you know, kind of a security blanket when you're just driving down the street. Like, oh, my dash cam, because I don't have one, but my data recorder caught everything on camera. You know, that'd be pretty dope to see. So just more technology, man, you know, to keep up with the fancy boys. That'd be pretty cool. Or even like a heads-up display. That'd be cool too. I like to see that. So thing number 4 is going to be a diet, man. It's time these big girls lost some weight. Let's be honest. There's no reason for them to weigh as much as they do. I don't understand. And a lot of that is due to the prehistoric chassis that it sits on. That old Mercedes chassis that we've been riding on since 2006. Yeah, that same chassis. That thing weighs a lot, and I think it's time to, you know, make an upgrade. Is it too much to ask? I don't think so. There's no reason for it to weigh this much, and I believe like the CTSV only weighed like 4,100 pounds, I believe it was. That's a whole 300-400 pounds lighter than this thing is now, and it's more luxurious. It has more options. So now, why does a Cadillac that has more options weigh less? It's beyond me. So come on, Dodge, help us out, man. Just help us lose a couple of pounds, please. That's all I'm asking. I ain't asking. I'm not asking for the world. I just want to not be the fattest kid in the room. That's it. That's all. So thing number 5 is going to be that new 10-speed. Know what I'm saying? You know, Chevy and Dodge, they got together and worked on that 10-speed. That was weird with what I did with my hands there. They got together, they worked on a 10-speed together, and it seems to work pretty freaking good. We've seen with the 5.0 and the Z01, that thing, it shifts crazy, and it keeps you in your power, and it's a pretty dope transmission. That's all I know. There's nothing wrong with the 8-speed. But when the competition all gets the new fancy stuff, it's only right for us to want it too. And I read a while back that ZF was working on that 10-speed transmission. So hopefully, we see that new 10-speed along with the next Charger Challenger models. Is that wishful thinking? Probably, because I haven't heard or read anything since then. But it would be nice to see a 10-speed make its way into these guys here. Thing number 6 is it's just more wishful thinking right here, but easier tuning and more mod friendliness. We've seen time and time again where people will go into a dealership for warranty work and some intake or something like that. SRT Mushy is a great example. Intake, air intake alone, and they wanted to void his warranties. Beyond me. Now, obviously, you start tearing into the motor, supercharger, modifications and stuff like that, or swapping your pulleys, then you kind of ask for trouble. But it'd be nice to see, like, you know, some type of in-house installation or tuning that you like Chevy and Dodge has. There's a dealer in North Carolina, Rocky Mount, North Carolina, as a matter of fact, that I've seen that they will actually throw on your Roush and all that other stuff, your Roush bits and superchargers, yada, yada, yada. And they're pumping out modified and supercharged 5.0s out of the dealer. So it'd be nice, with the warranty might I add. So it'd be nice to see something like that make its way over to the Dodge camp. And not freaking, oh, I threw on a catch can, oh, bye-bye warranty. That's kind of, you know, stupid. When these guys can go out there, start throwing on long tubes, you know, other bolt-ons and stuff, and they don't have to worry about a thing. But then come to Dodge, and I wipe my car with the wrong freaking soap, and now my warranty's gone. You know, it's probably wishful thinking, but, you know, it'd be nice to see Dodge, you know, fall in line with the other guys and not be so crazy. You know we're going to race these things. You know we're going to modify them. So why be so strict on us and with how we modify them? It's beyond me. But hey, we probably will see it. We probably will never see it. Who knows? Hey, it doesn't stop me from asking, right? So now thing number 7. It's nothing that I really care to see, but a lot of guys have asked for it, and I see it all the time in Dodge forums. But a manual transmission for the Charger. If you're one of those guys, then hey, and you should probably agree with thing number 7. You know, a manual is fun. I know I obviously prefer the automatic. I don't really care for the manual transmission, but for the people who do, then it'd be nice to have that option. Just another box you can go into the dealer, be like, ooh, manual or auto Charger. I'll take the manual, sir. You know, it'd be nice to have that option. And obviously, I'm not saying, you know, just build a bunch of these. Just make it an option that people can add on to there. The Charger and Challenger are pretty close, you know, platform-wise. So I don't see why it would be so hard to, you know, just transfer that manual transmission over to the Charger. Now, obviously, the transmission tonal and stuff, there's going to be some differences, especially going on in the center console. There may be some differences there, but I don't see why it would be so hard. Now, obviously, I'm no engineer, I'm no Dodge tech, so I don't know, but it doesn't really seem like it will be that hard of a thing to do. Like, shops do this stuff on their own, so for Dodge to do it themselves, I don't see why it would be so hard. You literally have the parts and the pieces to you know, put cars together. So why it would be so hard, I don't see it being that hard of a thing to do. And it just would be nice to, you know, grab those few guys who say, I bought a Charger or I bought a Challenger because it had the manual transmission. That's why I didn't get the Charger. Now, they wouldn't have an excuse. They can go out and buy a Charger. Now, I did watch an interview a while back that was, I can't remember who or what channel it was on, but it was an interview. They were talking to a couple of Dodge reps, and they asked them, so what is your option, or what are you guys going to do for the guys who want a manual Charger? And his response was, buy a Challenger. That's all he said. It makes sense, you know. You want the manual, get the freaking Challenger. And it makes sense, right? You already got the same power plants up under the hood, so just get the Challenger. But for those people who just don't want the Challenger, maybe they just don't like the looks, or they just don't want to deal with the two-door, then a manual Charger would draw that crowd in and not steer them over to, I can't even think of a manual sedan that off the top of my head. I really don't know any. But the new Cadillacs are coming on, the CT5V, even the CT6V. Or XT, I don't know. The new Cadillacs are coming with manual transmissions. So if they can have it, then I think, you know, Dodge, you could take a look at, you know, maybe add the main transmission into these things. I don't think it would be too hard, right? Right? All right, TubeView, so that's going to wrap it up for my little list, man. Let me know down in the comments what you guys thought about it. Whether you agree with some of the things, whether you disagree with some of the things, just, you know, just chime in, so, you know, chit-chat it up. Swing up to the Instagram channel at Low376Slow, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share these little videos, man, to help this little channel grow. That's all I got for you guys, man. I'm out. Peace.